Hey Fit Fam, it's Coach Rod from Functional Flex, Team FFLEX. I'm here today on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel because I got a lot of great content coming for you. Today I'm going to teach you something about nutrition that a lot of people are not that well versed in, but it can actually change the game for you no matter what your goal is, fat loss, muscle building, all this stuff. The nutrition is so important, right? So make sure that you subscribe because I got tons of great updates just like this that you can't get anywhere else, alright? So what I want to talk about today is reverse diets. Now, you may have heard the term, a lot of people talk about it on social media, a lot of coaches and other things will, make posts or talk about it, but a lot of people don't understand what it can actually do for you or what it actually is. So today I'm going to talk about how you do one and also what it can do for you, right? So a reverse diet is for anyone who has ever dieted down. Now, dieting down means that you had significant weight loss, right? You want to lose like 10, 20, 30 pounds, maybe more, whatever, or you lost a bunch of body fat to go compete in bikini or bodybuilding or something else like that, right? You dieted yourself for a long period of time and now your calories are low, all right? So as you diet, right, no matter where you're at, you're gonna have to lower your calories over time in order to keep losing body fat, in order to keep dropping weight. So basically most people that do weight loss, anything know this, most competitors know this, but what happens when you do that for any period of time realistically, but a long period of time especially, you're gonna get a lower metabolic rate. So basically what this means is as your calories continue to lower, so does your metabolism, to the point where now your body is literally gonna fight you on burning any more body fat. And so what happens is the body kind of goes into this starvation type mode where it wants higher body fat. Let me remind you that your body is a survival tool. All right, your body is designed to survive. That's literally what it is. That's the primal brain that makes sure our heart beats, our chest breathes, all these unconscious actions that happen, right? That's done by the primitive brain, the primal brain. And that's also what dictates kind of in a degree at certain times the amount of body fat you're going to hold. Because your body doesn't want to be super shredded lean all the time because it thinks that you're out here in the world foraging, scavenging, you're living out of a hut, you're hunting for food. Food's not guaranteed, right? The old kind of caveman style mentality before we had this industrialized world. And so what that means is that eventually your body will rebel against you and it will fight you and it will be harder to lose body fat and you might plateau, you might stall off. Either way, no matter what, sometime, some point in time, if you're a competitor, you're going to have to go into an improvement season. If you're someone who dieted really hard for a long time for weight loss, you're going to eventually have to learn how to get maintenance calories going again and get back to normal. In other words, you can't stay in a super low caloric deficit for a very long amount of time. A lot of people do this for like years and years and it causes the hardest experience for them to come back from this. It's so hard. And here's what happens, right? If you've done this for a long period of time, you've dieted down, you're at low calories, low macros, and then you go back, like let's say you just decide, oh, show's over, I'm going to go ahead and eat a bunch of pizza and beer and fucking burgers and eat everything that I didn't eat and I'm just going to go back to normal every day because I'm not going to compete again anytime soon. Or maybe you're the person that lost weight and now you want to reintroduce some foods. Well, here's what happens now. We took the slow metabolic rate we got from doing this diet and we're piling a bunch of extra calories on it. So here's how the body works, ladies and gentlemen. I've explained 1,000 times. Your body is at one level where it's at now. If you want to get more weight, you eat more. You want to have less weight, you eat less, right? So if you all of a sudden increase your calories just out of the blue, now you've created a surplus. A caloric surplus means weight gain. And since our metabolism is already in this low spot where it's not firing at the speeds it was, it doesn't want to be where it's at, and it wants you to pack on more body fat, now you rebound a ton of weight, okay? 2 strict diets will do this, extreme diets will do this, contest prep done improperly will do this, but the most important thing that you have to do no matter what, because a lot of people get in the spot where they realize they dieted wrong, they realize their coach gave them the wrong plan, they realize they shouldn't have followed the plan they did, and now they need to figure out how they're going to get their body back where they want it to be, right? But they don't want to gain a bunch of weight. They don't freak out at the idea of gaining 30 pounds all of a sudden. And it happens all the time, right? We see it, the classic yo-yo dieters. Most competitors do this. Most bodybuilders do this. Most people that lose weight do this because they do an extreme diet and then they do one they can't maintain and then boom, game over, rebound. The classic yo-yo. You know what I'm talking about. So the point is, what you need to do is call the reverse diet. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview. I know it's a little ranty, but basically you need to do a reverse diet to come out of this. And a reverse diet is strategically adding in calories and macronutrients at specific amounts of times based on your progress to increase your metabolic rate. So basically what we're actually talking about is literally what it is called a reverse diet. You're reversing the diet you did. And what can happen as you do this is your metabolism will slowly speed up because it's going to adjust to the new calories. You're going to be able to get your calories higher and higher, your carbohydrates higher and higher, and your metabolism is going to get up there, calories will be high, and hopefully, if you do this correctly, your body can stay way, way leaner than it would have, right? You're not going to rebound 30 pounds of body fat, in other words. A lot of times you can do this, stay relatively lean, and add 1,000, add 2,000 calories onto your diet and still look great, still feel great, have put on much, much less body fat than if you didn't do a reverse diet at all, or you just jumped into, some other plan. So the point is, no matter who you are, what you've done, most of you done diets. Most of you have dieted down for the summer. Most of you probably watch my channel are competitors. And what is most important is after any of these times where you've done a diet, no matter what you did, all the cardio, all the caloric deficits, the super low carbs, all that, you have to reverse it. Because if you don't reverse it, you're looking at rebounding it, and you're looking at jacked up hormones. You're looking at a metabolism that doesn't work right. You're looking at a long struggle bus, a lot of problems that you don't want to deal with, and you don't have to if you know how to do a reverse diet. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this right now. I do not suggest any of you out there with no nutritional experience, no nutritional education, no training educations, do these on your own. All right? You need to get a coach to do a reverse diet with you because it is so important it's done correctly. I've used this term before that it's like the difference between coming back a little bit better as a competitor or 10 times better the next time you compete. And the same thing for you that just lost a bunch of weight, now you want to maintain that body. If you want to maintain it, this is the difference. So you need to know how to do a reverse diet. You can take the time to learn it, you can take the years of experience to learn it, or you can hire someone that knows what they're doing. There's a lot of reputable coaches out in the game that can do a reverse diet, and there's a lot that can't. So make sure that you do your research, make sure you know what they're talking about, make sure that your coach isn't just spouting off, oh, yeah, reverse diet, yeah, this and that. Because I've seen some coaches, I've gotten clients from other coaches where their reverse diet was just a basic generic thing. And it's impossible for it to be generic because it is a person thing. It's an individualized thing. The way that you did your prep, the way that you lost the weight, the things you were doing, your body's response, your metabolic rate, everything's different. So it needs to be adjusted. It needs to be specific for you. Otherwise, you're not going to get the results, right? You're going to get in the spot where now you're sitting here jacked up. You got bad metabolism, bad hormones. You don't know what to do with your life. You don't have the physique you want. You don't have the results. And it is a lot harder to do anything. Let me remind you, every time that you yo-yo diet, ladies and gentlemen, it makes it harder and harder for you to lose body fat again. It makes it harder and harder for you to get in shape again. Your body fat cells literally become resilient to being burned if they're constantly going in and out, filling, emptying. Because that's all we're ever doing with fat loss. We're filling fat cells or we're depleting them. And either way, when you build a new fat cell, it never leaves your body. You can burn the contents of it, yes, but it never leaves your body. And eventually, they become a lot harder to burn. So don't get yourself in that spot. Make sure you do a reverse diet. And just so you guys know, I do these all the time with my clients, all the time with my athletes, and it's crazy the amount of results they can get. It's crazy the differences, okay? Because I've taken people that have worked with other coaches, other teams, people that do other things, they did their own diets, whatever, and they tried reverse diets themselves, they did other ones. I do it with them and it gets crazy, the stuff I've seen. I've seen girls that are 130 pounds eating over 400 carbs a day many times. A lot of people say, oh, they're genetic anomalies. No, they're not. They weren't doing that when they started. They weren't doing that before. They were eating like 1,200 calories a day and having a hard time not gaining body fat. But a proper reverse diet has put them in a spot where now they can maintain their physique, they can have a lower body fat percentage, and they can eat a lot more. All right? And I've seen some dudes out in this game, bodybuilders that are huge, like 240 pounds of muscle, that are eating less than some of the girls that I train, their bikini girls, because these guys never did reverse diets. They don't know what they're doing. And so the point is, no matter who you are, what you're doing, a reverse diet will benefit you because it's going to get your metabolism to fire. It's going to get you revved up. It's going to make sure your hormones are good. And most importantly, it raises your calories, right? It gets your maintenance calories super high. So whereas maybe you used to eat 2,000 calories a day and that maintained your weight, you can take that same person and add 2,000 2,000, maybe 3,000 onto that, and you can eat a lot more food. That means you can grow more muscle. That means when you diet again for a show or just in general, you can drop your calories just a little bit, still eat a ton, and get great results. Overall, a reverse diet is probably one of the most important things you could ever do as anyone in the fitness game, period. Whatever goal you have, fat loss, weight loss, muscle building, competing, all that, a reverse diet is probably one of the most beneficial things you could ever possibly do. So I highly encourage any of you that made it this far, you watch this video, to make sure that you know what it is, make sure that you have someone that can do this for you, and make sure that you do this no matter where you're at in your journey. Okay, it has to be done. If you want to recover your metabolism, if you want to make sure that you're doing good, if you want to get better, you got to do a reverse diet. And all you guys know, if you ever have questions about this, you can hit me up. You can message me directly. I'm happy to help you. You can hire me to do the reverse diet with you, and I will gladly do it because this I feel so passionately about. This is so important for so many people, and it's so overlooked. A lot of people do their show, and then they're out. And they're like, oh, cool, my coach is gone. I'm done with it, blah, blah, blah. And this is the most important part. Don't ever pay someone for a prep and not have a reverse diet. Don't ever be someone who needs to lose weight and not do a reverse diet. Don't ever do any type of diet and not have a reverse diet, okay? So it's super important. It's going to be the best for you, and that's why it matters to me. Your well-being, your health, your metabolism, your future, your life, your results, everything can hinge on this moment for some of you. And for some of you, you already know the negative effects of not doing it. So don't do it again. And if you're in the spot where you did do it and you don't know what to do, hit me up, contact me, hire me, find me. I will help you. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I want to do. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Coach Ry is out.